Okay, welcome back, everybody. We fixed everything. I'm just gonna fix the discussion later. Um, for some reason, it's not showing up on my phone with the YouTube app, but it's all right. We're pretty much looking at the flood threat, the thunderstorm risk, and everything. We already had a lots of flooding, especially in upstate New York. If you guys are in Auburn and near Syracuse, there is a flood warning that expires in 2 hours. That was for at least 1 to 2 inches of rain that has fallen, even some rain right now. Another in Birmingham, New York, was the National Weather Service, including cities, is Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Tomaha. Wait, these are flood watches. Wait. Oh, the flood warning. The flash flood warning, yes. In New York, this was between 2 to 3 inches life-threatening flooding. These were in southeastern Sangamon and southeastern Yadis counties in New York. This expires at 11. A brand new one here that just got issued in Birmingham, New York by the National Weather Service. Up to some rain already, an inch and a half already has fallen, with more flooding to come with. All right. These areas are in like Truston, some locations, Addison, Paint Post, Lindy, Catton, Cannabelle, Corin, Woodhull, Lawrenceville, Aaron's, Gang Mills. All those areas are with that splash of warning. We also got a fourth one here. That expires in 17 minutes, 2 to 3 inches of rain, and it was already confirmed by streets and stuff like that. Another one back in here, this was an observed flash flood warning, up to 3.5 inches has fallen. This is the updated one. So we already had 3.5 inches fallen out of that storm. We still got some severe thunderstorms warnings going. Actually, they expired in like a minute. So we're going to see what they do here. They might just inspired everything here with the severe... Oh, nope. They just issued a brand new one. Once again, a damage threat is considerable with a severe thunderstorm warning. They just put this on there. This is a considerable radar indicator, but this was on before. They put that for this whole line. So they actually made a new one. We also have a flash flood warning back in state college areas like East Central Bedford. In Pennsylvania, we got Doppler radar indicates heavy rainfall. It doesn't tell me how much rain has fallen on this flash flood warning. The one behind it here shows me that is ongoing flooding in that flood warning. We also got one in Allentown. That was for some stuff earlier, but nothing right now. We also got another one in Phillipsburg, Central PA. This expires in an hour. This doesn't tell me how much rain has fallen. So basically the latest just now. So I'm going to get a quick update here. I want to get an update on the watches and warnings, and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, so as my phone's charging, we're going to continue to take a look at these storms, and we're going to keep an update on all these new warnings and everything. This could go about an hour. This can go a few hours. These storms are expected to maintain strength all the way into eastern Pennsylvania. So I do expect some more flooding. Maybe a secondary line forms behind it. We just have to wait and see. So they did expire the severe thunderstorm watch. We also got some more thunderstorms trying to develop behind here, like a second line. I was seeing that on some of the models. I'm not too confident on that at all right now. What I can see is I don't see any like big blimps going on right now, but that could change because if we do get a second line, yeah, we're gonna get some recurring flash flooding. Okay, so on this one, it shows a blimp near Allentown, or yeah, a few, one near like State College up here, Allentown with some showers. So we're just gonna have to watch with the radar. Wow, we got some nasty storms right there. There is one. I'm really watching this one because we kind of have an inflow notch, and we've been having some like broad rotation in this. We have a lot of lightning in these storms. These all have some sort of broad rotation, and we be getting on and off thunder tornado warnings. The velocities near here is actually much better than it was before. I don't see any. Yeah, I could see some broad rotation like in here, but besides that, we got more of a bigger wind threat going on. So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on that, and that those velocities gone up. So that tells me the storm is still very powerful, if not still strengthening. We got some thunderstorms back in Milroy, Barrettsville, Louisville, all going to be impacted. We got another nasty cell down here near Shirleysburg. I'm surprised they took out the severe thunderstorm and never put another one. I mean, I guess the velocities are kind of broad right now, so maybe that's why just a big rain threat. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. Going further south, just some casual showers and thunderstorms in a line. There's that blimp still going on. We're gonna keep an eye on that. We also have a flash flood watch. I personally think they should have extended the flash flood watch all the way down here, but that's what they see here. So that's the latest update on the radar. Okay. As we are going to be doing an update every like 10 minutes on radar, I want to get in between some data and information out on from some of the models. Maybe like 1 mile at a time, and then we go into the next. The herd updates every hour, so I like to keep an eye on that, compare it, see how the herd does, that sort of stuff. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. That means a lot to me, and thank you guys for all the support on my last video. Very appreciated. I really do. It's awesome. Okay, tells me that you guys actually want me to continue this, and I will definitely continue. So this is similar reflectivity. This actually latest, just coming out, and you can tell in the next coming hours, some of these storms will get more powerful. And we do get more spotty thunderstorms in the next few hours. This is around that 2. Let's actually go on her and see the timing for this here. If we can get this a little quicker. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash, because that has happened in the past where it does crash. And I'm hoping it kind of fixes itself out here. Yeah, it's taking a little longer than I wanted it to. I don't know why. It was just working perfectly fine. Okay, a little faster now. So this is at 10 p.m. So this is 11. Alright, so 12. Okay. Oh, wait, we got breaking news, you guys. Okay, very interesting. Okay, we got some new alerts going on here. We're going to take it back. So once again, we still before we even look back at the model, we still have 70-mile-an-hour wind threat. Some storms are trying to develop back in here, but we got a brand new thunderstorm that includes Louisville. That's what that cell down there that I thought they should have. This for 60-mile-an-hour winds, radar indicated inch-size hail. This expires around in the next 39 minutes. That's not the only thing. We got a brand new flood warning that expires in 3 hours. This is the ongoing flash flooding threat. If you guys are in Bedford and these counties all in there. These, I'm just making sure nothing else has been updated. Okay, so we got a brand new flood warning in there. We also have some flood warnings down here. This was observed 2.5 inches. So the most so far has been 3.5. So definitely very interesting. We'll see if we can get a little bit more. We still got that blimp stuff going on back in here. Latest frame. The Milford, this kind of still holding its strength. This severe thunderstorm warning kind of still holding its strength. Everything's kind of holding itself together right now. That storm's going like that. So we're just going to have to keep an eye. But now let's get back into the models. So 2, I think. Okay, so 4 is that. Okay. So, okay. Alright, so this is like right now. This is in the next hour, 11, 12. This is only that. But you can tell these storms will continue to train over these areas. And you can tell a second line does develop. So maybe those blimps are right. That will increase the flash flooding risk. I don't expect any eastern Pennsylvania severe. I think what's going to happen is going to be a flooding night there. But we shall see and wait. Similar reflectivity. We're waiting on some of the data. So give me 1 second. Let the data come in while I take a update look. Alright. Let's get a update here. Let's get... Alright. So you can tell these storms kind of stay the same here. We get a secondary line. It's different than the 0Z. That's... Okay, my computer, I think, is just about to crash. I don't know. It's acting a little strange. To me. I do have a rain gauge. So. Yeah, you can tell these storms in the 4th hour looks very interesting. The 0Z had it actually a little bit more north. So maybe it is picking it up a little bit better. 0Z1. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yep. That actually makes the 0-1Z actually aligns more with the... Oh, wow. They just added a brand new flood warning just north of Syracuse for two. Wow. So 3.5 inches were there. This is 275. And we still got some very heavy rain. Alright. So maybe we add another 3 right there. It's still raining in this flood warning. That was updated to, I know there was a 3-inch. Yeah, right here. I thought it was a 3.5 somewhere back here. I remember seeing that. I think it was this one. Yeah, 3.5. So 3.5 is so far the peak. We're at 275 up there. We still got some. We're still getting some flood warnings. Got a brand new one down here, I think. Oh, I'm not worried about the flood watch. Huh? Yeah, this was a brand new one for 2 inches. We're still expecting a few more inches out of that storm. Oh, even a storm right now is going over. We even got some mini thunderstorms out ahead of it. That could try and strengthen some of these storms up too. Alright. Still very strong storms back in here. Very strong. Even some fronters. This is a little interesting complex. We kind of have a few hooks going on. Let's just check on velocity. They might extend, they might not. I mean, we do actually have some rotation right here. And look at that. That's some on that northern side. Ooh. We got some right here. And we just got a brand new flood warning in the corner of my eye right there. So we still got some rotation on that cluster of storms there. Wow, big flood warning. That's a big one. This is why I'm actually going live here. This is exactly the reason, because we're having a flooding threat. And I think it outdone the models. Doesn't tell me about that, but it just shows you we're getting quite a bit of rain. Alright, we're watching the tornado threat there. We're watching these severe thunderstorm warnings. But definitely some flooding. Alright, so brand new one? Oh yeah, a little update. No. So we're going to actually keep an eye on those storms. Maybe go tornado warning, especially on the McClure and the northern one. Those are looking a little eyeballing to me. They have definitely some nasty rotation. Either way, regardless, I think a flood warning is going to be issued there. We got a little supercell. Actually out ahead of that. Very interesting on my eye. Look at that little guy. Wait, 1 second. I don't know if that's the supercell. We also, okay, interesting. Where's my radars? I don't know how far this one goes out. Yeah, it's not too good. We also got some supercells down here. This is a little interesting. Okay, where is that at? Yeah, it's down here. Yeah, this supercell with some lightning. It's. I thought it on a different radar. It looks a little bit more like a supercell. Yeah, a little bit of rotation there. We'll keep an eye on that. A nice little blimp on radar that popped up. We're keeping an eye up. Okay, no. I was about to say, I thought they added another flood warning. I'm surprised they don't even have a flood watch right at all. Velocities here. Up here, how is it going? That one broadened out, but the one northern looks pretty interesting. I mean, it's broad, but it's there. Like, I think it's possible for at least a tag on it. This one, getting a little bit out of reach, but there's still some rotation there. I'm wondering if that gets a little bit tighter. They might go tornado warning, you guys. A little bit windy there. We're getting some interesting stuff, and I think it just updated. Yeah, so the rotation continues to be. Oh, did they extend that? No. That northern one is still very right there. I mean, I don't know if this just updated, but still very right there. This one's still right there. I don't think it did. Just keeping an eye on it. Honestly, this is like data live. Yeah. Just keeping an eye on everything. Ooh, we got some strengthening in this severe thunderstorm warning. We still have a while for this one before it expires. As we are waiting on some of the stuff, let's look back here. Let's go similar reflectivity. Yeah, look at that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I think is possible too, where we get another line and we get a cluster of storms to develop. And if there's some flood warnings going on now, I'm telling you, I think things have underestimated on the radar because look, we get another cluster and another round of storms tonight. And I mean, you go for the next little bit. I mean, you're still expecting some spots to get another 2 inches of rain. And a lot of these spots are already under flood warnings. So, I think the flood alerts will continue. I think we will get that cluster storms. That's very possible. And even to the future radar. And that could be some flooding right there. Because if we looked on the 0Z of it, everything was more pushed back. So being more farther south tells me, yeah, it's something to watch. Especially in that cluster. Look at that. That's a lot of lightning and a lot of storminess right there. That's why I wanted to actually go live too, because the cluster of storms that I'm seeing, maybe to develop, I don't know, each her model updates differently. This one is probably, I will say this was a very good run, very close to the radar, and we're honestly going to have to keep updated. But I mean, this is like 7 in the morning too. Maybe those storms survive a little bit longer. And I mean, total rain accumulations on this, you definitely talk about another 1 to close to 2 inches of rainfall. That's very important. Each run is different, but the models don't even pick up on full of the rain. And I mean, the latest her model, we continue to develop in the next coming hours. So let's actually, I like the NAM too. I mean, the NAM is going off crazy right now, and it has updated more south. It's just interesting to me, the data we're seeing. Okay, we get those storms, and those storms honestly stay very strong into the valley. Second cluster a little bit more broken up. We get, I mean, you're looking at least total rain accumulations to come is 2-3 inches of rain. From the last run to this run, it's a different look. And that's why I put in the title, I need increasing chance. Everything is increased. Okay? That is why I am live right now. If you guys have any wondering of why I'm live. So we got an update on some of the radar. And this storm here is getting pretty strong. We're getting some really dark colors and even some whites in there. So that severe thunderstorm warning might get upgraded. Velocities on it that we're going to have to watch. There is even some little rotation going on. So I think that's a very considerable severe thunderstorm warning. The Hazelton rotation has kind of died down. We don't see that anymore, that real like hooking right there. We kind of see more like that. So that's much more broader. We still got some right here, but not fully. That's very broad rotation too. But we do have some strong winds there. I'll give it that. We have those 2 warnings. And we just need to wait and watch. One thing I want to look at is storm reports. Yeah. A lot of these storms are developing out ahead too. Just very interesting to me what I'm seeing. I like to look at the lightning. I like to look at the convection. We even have we definitely have a few wind reports. A 66. That was in Alabama. I don't count those. A lot of just tree damage. I don't see any. We're just going to have to wait and see if any more reports come out. Sometimes the report thing is slow. Rotation on the latest frame, it's still there. It got a little bit stronger again right around here. You got it coming over, and it's trying. This kind of, but we're definitely seeing some winds within it. That's something to keep an eye on. This is becoming wind driven, I think. Yeah. Weird look. Even a trying of a hook, I guess. It's hard to tell. We got a good cluster of storms, though. And even down here, this has popped off. Down here, this storm. I've been watching that. Has a little bit of a supercell structure. And that's very interesting. Yeah, some broad rotation down there. We'll keep an eye on that. Maybe we get a tornado warning out of it. No new warnings as of this moment. A lot of lightning now. A lot of lightning within the storms. I don't know if they will add another flood warning or whatever. Yeah. Cluster storms, boom. Look at that, another line in for the next day. Total accumulations. Yeah. I'll say close to an inch. That was 0.01 is a little bit. Definitely there. 1 inch, an inch and a quarter. Oh, that's not even getting there yet. But look, you get those supercells, and then that line. Just some interesting stuff. Nothing too big to go over. Alright. Still some broad rotation up there. Definitely some strong winds. Just a lot of clustering of storms as of right now. Even some out of headers. So maybe we get those severe thunderstorm warnings to go. If we don't get any new big, but flooding wise, that's going to be something. Alright. Still some good storming down here. Alright, let's get an update here. Still those severe thunderstorm warnings still going. 12 minutes for that one. I think that one might get expired. This one I think will get expired too. That expires in 11 minutes. We're going to have to watch this one down here and some of these down here. We still got the same flood warnings. We got a bit of showers and storms trying to form on behind it. No new, I don't think, update on any of these. 275. That was expiring in an hour. 1 to 2 inches. This was 2 to 3 inches. This was 1.5 inch. This was in New York. Multiple roads have been washed. So, very interesting up there. We got some backup storms there. This flood warning, no new update. That flood warning back there, no new update. Any of these, honestly. I wonder if they're going to make a new mesoscale discussion. I don't know, maybe. The flood watch expires in the next 9 hours. This is for 2 to 3 inches of rain. 1 to 2 per hour, with the result of seeing 3 inches in a short amount of time. So I could expect some more alerts up there. Anything that looks on velocity like crazy to me is a no. Still some broad rotation going on here. Definitely some brighter reds. That means some damage, some winds within it. Probably not 70. Over here, though, it fades out a little bit. I wanted to use a different one. It's a tough one. No new update. We'll see in the next 10 minutes. We'll stay on even if there's not. Cluster storms continue to move. No matter what, we still talking about clustering of storms. We get another update in the next 20 minutes of the hurricane to start running. We're probably going to get a flood warning near Dector. And we're having some training storms near Dector. Any new storm reports? Not right now. Alright, we got some strengthening within the line. Again. On this frame. Some more showers and thunderstorms near the Allentown area. We're waiting on that. Probably satellite imagery can help a little bit on that. If that second line is forming. A lot of lightning with these storms. At the bare minimum. Storm reports. Let's see. I don't think we got any new ones. 90, no. Newest frame. Maybe we get maybe another severe thunderstorm warning. Maybe. And that's looking pretty nasty again. Gettysburg. That's a very interesting question. Not a question, but Gettysburg. Gettysburg, PA. I honestly forgot about Gettysburg. No, they're still out ahead of it. Maybe later on tonight. I mean, these storms are just passing State College now. Some interesting strengthening within the line. Maybe we get a new severe thunderstorm warning. At least somewhere along the line. Probably for Spruce. Honestly, I will give that new severe thunderstorm warning right here. If these two right here. I mean, this one's still got time, but this one, maybe a new one for right here. I could see that. For 60-mile-an-hour winds. If the next frame gets more intense, then I could see that. Because the velocities here, even a little bit of a hooking, but nothing too major yet. We're going to keep an eye actually on that right now. I'm interested. I'm seeing it on all radars right now. Some of these storms are trying to strengthen a bit more. That would cause flooding. Yeah. Oh, wow. And yeah, we are getting some strengthening here in this. Right here, you guys. Right in here, we are getting some strengthening velocity. Some strengthening. Maybe a new severe thunderstorm warning might be having to be issued. That is very interesting. Probably these lines all coming together now. Completely. But you can see here, once this wants to a lovely load, that, I mean, look at that. This was in the beginning of it. Yep, that's when it was issued. Wait, right? Issued there. Kind of weakened a bit. And now all of a sudden, coming back. We got a brand new flood warning. Yep, a brand new flood warning up here is ongoing flash flooding. I don't know why they're not just that inspires in 2 minutes. This inspires in 2 minutes. I have a gut feeling this one's gonna go for now, and we're gonna get a new poly box right here. It all about the. I thought that was a new flood warning. I mean, That is a very nasty storm, actually. Rolling in. I prefer. I think it's valid to put a severe thunderstorm warning if I was the National Weather Service. Up to that. Chambersburg is with a lot of lightning too. That's this storm down there. We're keeping an eye on that. I'm really keeping an eye on this one. And that just really no new. I don't think they actually did. The line is getting pretty intense. This kind of just expired. I don't see any new warnings, but they're not taking it away just yet. Right here. Very intense black and white. Up here, still some red, dark red and black. Keeping an eye on that right there. That's my focus of eye right now. Alright, so they just took out the severe thunderstorm warnings. We currently have none. No new severe thunderstorm warning. Pretty bionicle. No new flood warnings either. This is the first time yet of this today that we're not doing any warnings. Yeah, some of this color died out here. Now I understand why, maybe. Ah. Alright, we're gonna let this stay on. Let me go quickly. No new update. According to radar, everything kind of took a. They're still strengthening storms, but. It's 51. I wonder if we're going to get any new storm. Alright, so 95, but I don't think that's anything with PA. 02, not yet. Honestly, just a cluster of storms right now. Nothing behind it. Honestly. So far, nothing behind it. Wait. Alright. We're going to have to watch here. Back in Bain area. This was a severe thunderstorm warning before. But there's a little bow echo right there. That's moving like that. We're going to see if that strengthens. That'll be very interesting. That'll easily cause, if I see that bow out more, that's going to cause a severe thunderstorm warning. Chambersburg, pretty strong storm. McLaren up there, even White Deer. How do we know there's some winds? Is right now, right here, nothing too much. But down here, wherever that is, I wish I can. I don't like some of these radars that they make me use. I feel like we should have closer ones. But no. These ain't even in view yet. These are on the outskirts. I guess we could keep using that one. I can tell you right now, probably a flood warning that's going to be developed here. Because we got training thunderstorms right now. That's going to lead into a flood warning. It isn't a flood watch. 0-2 out. Let's look at 0-1Z to 0, from 0Z to 2-0Z. Everything's a little bit more stronger. So it looks like things will back away a little bit, like it is right now. But we get some stronger storms. If you guys are in Chamberlain, I'll watch out. These storms are probably up, and there it is. A brand new flood warning, you guys. Just was issued. This is Doppler radar again. That's not a surprise here. I pretty much call that. So we continue with the flood alerts within this line. It's not showing the storms. That's good. Hey. You there? Can we FaceTime? Alright, FaceTime me. Hey. What? I'm annoying now? Damn. So, tell me what happened with the mic thing. And why did you tell him? That weird talking. Understandable. And what did he say? So what did he say to you? Did he apologize? Wait, what? He cheated? I have my son. what happened when I got off the phone. And be honest. I know. That's it? Is that it? So, you guys were going to talk more? What were you guys else going to talk about? Anytime soon. It should be like forever. Yeah, and watch you. No, no, no. I know. I'll just be upset, like, if you and Michael got back together. I'll be like, wow. So, after me being there for you, you know, I thought maybe that would happen. But thankfully, it's not. But he ain't gonna ever do that. He ain't ever gonna do that. But you know what? Watch, he's gonna mess it up with something. Guarantee it. Calling it. Calling it right now. You're gonna be hearing this again. This has been a loop with him and Summer for the last 2.5 years. It's been a constant loop. But look, I'm here for you no matter what. Fist bump. I like the yellow shirt. What? Oh, okay. What did he say? Why would he say that? But why would he say you look good when he's talking to Summer? Like, if I told Summer that right now, she'd be like, she would get so jealous right there. And then right there will be its own argument. That girl, that girl takes everything that he says. But are we okay? Like, are we good and cool? Okay. No, no, duh, not right now, not for a while. I know that's why I'm not. No way you. Oh, what? But if you really give him another chance, like after he's dating Summer right now, you can't. Then he's what? He's talking to her and he's very happy with her and just went to the mall with her today. And He is. But he can't keep playing this game. He's watching. Summer's gonna get hurt, and then it's gonna be the same thing. He's gonna start talking to you, and then start ignoring Summer. I know, but it's getting annoying. He can't keep doing this. No way. I'm not gonna lie. If you give him another chance and don't even give me a chance, that hurts me myself. That's like giving your own downfall another chance, like you told me not to. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. I know, but why would you give him that? I know, but like, why would you even think about a second chance? That's the same mistake Summer did. What? Yeah, I guess. I'm upset, but I'm fine. I'll make it out. What? It's all good then. What do you mean I can't? I pushed through everything. I pushed through it. I pushed through. Why am I supposed to? What else am I supposed to do? I'd rather just push it away, not think about it. How am I going to be in a deep hole? What do you mean? I'm already depressed. I'm already like that. That's why I got MMA. I'll just drink. Nope, I already been there. Been there, done that. But hey, I'm here for you. No, it's not. It doesn't matter. You matter. You would give him another friendship. Um, he's gonna do the same thing, I guarantee. So I'm gonna repeat it. Um, and I'm just upset. What else did you say to him? Did you say anything else, like how I felt that night? if you're tired, I'll let you go and go to sleep. If you need your time and space, because I know you want that. Wait, what? Are you tired? Are you gonna go to bed soon? What? I just wanted to get an update on everything. Keep me updated, alright? I am a little upset, but you know that. I'm tired. What? And you look beautiful. But I know you want your time and space, and I'm not gonna. And you call me annoying, so I'll just leave you alone. I don't know. But I do respect your space and time, and I feel like I kind of annoyed you with that. But I'm trying to give you time and space, but I'm trying to be there at the same time and care for you. But if I know you probably just want to think everything through the day today and get through today and then see how hours all day. Oh, watch, guarantee you, he's gonna now start talking to you. He's gonna start talking to you, and then, you know, he could be done. He's gonna make another mistake. I can tell. He's gonna, and this, and I'm gonna tell. Hey, if he makes this mistake, you think I'm gonna? I hate summer, but if I have to, I will, and I'm not afraid because I can see him trying to talk to you and summer at the same time, and try to lean on you more, give summer a break, because one of the calls he was like, oh, we just use each other for sex. Sorry. Summer may not believe me, but like, I just think it's wrong. He it's just wrong to both. Summer doesn't know. She's just dumb, honestly. Just straight out dumb. And I told her that, like, she's just dumb. She just goes back to the same mistake. Question is, are you gonna join in? No. You know what I can see? You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna self-destruct himself. He's gonna keep digging his hole. I don't see him fixing it because he started digging this hole this summer, he only made it worse. And now he messed up with you, so he just digged more. He's been digging his hole for the last like year, and every single time everybody gives him a chance to fix it, he makes it worse, and he digs it even further. So clearly he's not learning from this mistake. And I think what God's doing is letting him make the same mistake until he hits rock bottom, and then he's gonna have to find a way. He's gonna burn all his bridges. And yes, I'm angry at him with the stuff he's done in the past, but like, there's that sense of feeling that he has still no job, and he's been saying he's gonna get one for last year. He seems like his stabilizing his life is not working. While I'm stabilizing even more, and you know what I can see? Him getting kicked out of the house one of these days, screwing his family up with his parents more. And I can honestly see him screwing himself up with no job and over the summer watch. He might get a job. He might not. But right now, the way he's been handling everything, he's literally digging his path. He's digging his path to destruction. And I warned him before. And it's worse past than it's way worse than mine. Yeah, I digged holes. Not really my fault, but I had no control. I only had control over myself in those situations. But the way I see things right now is he's just digging his hole. And honestly, I think what he's gonna do to you, he's gonna try talking to you. He's gonna try and neutralize both of you and Summer. And then he's gonna get all the money again. Make a mistake with the Summer, and then mess up with you, and then mess up with Summer, and Summer's gonna give him the chance, keep letting him burn the bridge, and then one day he's just gonna go flying down, dude. I can see it. I don't see him getting out of this situation. The way he's been handling the situation for a year now, so far he has made it worse, and he hasn't learned anything. And honestly, yeah, I know I'm his best friend, but at the same time, he did the same. He burned me. He burned me until I had nothing left. So you know what? What I say is, what comes around goes around. And maybe karma is doing its work on him. And karma's gonna completely destroy his life. And he's gonna completely burn everything. And then he's gonna feel all alone. And then he's gonna understand how I feel. And when he hits that point, question is, do I laugh at him? And do I make him feel like, now you know how I feel? Or should I help him? But the last time I helped him, he threw me down the pit. And he took all the power, and took all the fame, and made himself a name. And I'm afraid if I do have to help him, I'm afraid that I don't even want it. I don't even want to help him. Because the last time I helped him, he took advantage of it. And he took power way over me, became freaking cool with everyone, had everyone pressing me, felt so powerful, and now I feel like everything's collapsing on me. He's falling down the mountain now. And you know what, this time I'm not going to help him back up. The way he did me wrong, I'm going to let him do himself wrong. I'm not going to stop him. Because when he hits that floor where I was with no one there, he's going to feel every emotion that I felt. And then he's going to understand. Honestly, I don't see something like him lasting. Yeah, maybe let's say at most 2 months. Guaranteed. Yo, that relationship, those 2 years were fun. Back and forth arguing every night. He doesn't want to admit it, but he is digging himself a grave. And what he's doing is just smoking, and all he's doing is getting worse with it. Watch, I can guarantee you he's going to do drugs in the future. The way his path is, easy drugs. And once those drugs come in, forget about it. That's when he makes even more dumber decisions. And honestly, I could see him behind bars. I could see him behind bars. I could see him living on the streets. I could see him homeless. I could see him with nothing. So that's why I'm not even going to attack to get my revenge. I'm just going to let God get the revenge for me. That when I see him, when I'm with all this money, and with a good life, and a good family, good kids, and when I see him there suffering where I was, where he put me, I don't want to hear, I'm sorry. Because I'm going to tell him straight up. Now you know how I tell all those years what you did. That's honestly how I feel about it. Why should I feel? Why should I, like you said, why should I be the nice guy anymore? I shouldn't be the nice guy. Because it's burned me a million times. So maybe if I try out this, let him burn until he burns everything, why should I care? Is he left me to burn in the fire, and he waited until I was gonna give up and kill myself. He knew that I was suicidal. He watched me be suicidal. He watched my mental health get worse, and all he did, he didn't have no courtesy. He didn't care at all. So why should I help him when he hits rock bottom? You did me wrong. You hurt me. Now let's see how you get out of this one. And let's say his mom gets, it seems like nothing on her, I love his mom and all, but it seems like she's really worse with drugs. So you know what's gonna happen? His parents could, his whole, no offense, but his whole family's going down like that. And he's gonna follow with his mother and his dad. He's gonna literally, he's gonna, not that part. No. Yeah, his, but he burned. It doesn't matter. I know. And I'm not gonna help him. I can't. I really don't think I have the courtesy to help him for what he done. Like, hey, Summer can go deal with that. Because you know what Summer's gonna do? She's gonna she's gonna fall in the pit with him. And she's gonna burn every bridge too. In the way, oh, I'm Summer G, I'm gonna have my life all together. Michael's gonna drag Summer down with him. And I'm gonna tell Summer when she's in that hole with him, I'm gonna tell him, I told you all these years that he's gonna burn you like he burned him. And the question is, do you follow along? You're not, I don't think you're that dumb. But whoever follows along with him, why would you? No. How are you guys friends? Oh. But look, I'm here for you. Alright, but I'm here for you, and I'm gonna have to go soon. I'm honestly just, I'm not trying to let him burn me down with him. And I don't know if you want to talk, but you call me annoying. But I know you call everyone. But look, I'm here for you. And I'm going to try my best to make sure you make the smart decision. But at the end of the day, it's you. The only thing that's going to get me upset is if you actually give me a friend chance, kind of, because, I mean, that's all you, but I just don't want you to burn in his shoes with him. Because you're a wonderful woman that has her life together. And I'm telling you, been a lot going on through your mind. And I know you need your space. And how you like my haircut today? What? Okay, how's my hair? I got my eyebrows done, my mustache, facial. Thank you. I look even better. What? Let me know if you need anything, alright? Be there. I'm gonna be there. Okay, welcome back, you guys. I did take a little bit of a break, and I'm sorry about that, but look. Wow. New Her is out. Look at that. That's very interesting. New Her is much more aggressive on the 0-2Z here. We're showing up to 2 inches more in those spots. I think that could get even more possible. That was the newest run. That was actually pretty impressive. This is that latest line. I mean, some nasty storms out ahead of it. That's what's supposed to happen. No new severe thunderstorm warnings. Nothing too much. No new flood warnings as of right now. But at least 1 to 2 inches of rain. Up here, probably some flood warnings soon. Look at that. Look at this nice cluster of storms. It's a good cluster, in my opinion. Look at that. Salisbury is definitely going to be under a flood warning probably soon. Any storm reports? Nah. 102. $64 outside. Pretty actually warm. Anything in the tropics? Probably not. There hasn't been anything that looks pretty interesting in the Atlantic. We might actually go through June without a storm. So far, it's been pretty good. And man, nah. Let's go back over here. We're honestly just watching this cluster of storms. We kind of have a secondary line trying to develop. These storms are moving in this direction, while these storms are moving in that direction. That could intensify storms near Harrisburg around here. It just all depends. Maybe give you some flooding issues. All right, so we do have a new mesoskill discussion, you guys. New mesoskill discussion. All right, so strong, efficient rainfall producing in the line. Thunderstorms likely to continue. Flash flooding risk complex. Training thunderstorms 2 to 3 inches are probable. So a CIRA LPA wrap surface analyzed shows a pocket of narrow wedge of surface 850 moisture living north through Maryland through overall total reaching over at 1.5 inches through full depth. The wedge stationary front that has been banked up through east central Pennsylvania has damaging region over the Poconos and Catskill has a low wind shift from the southeastern. Alright. So, southeast increasing moisture convergence as initial leading edge. Reaching 1.75 an hour. Training repeating elements to increase over 1 to 2 inches for spots with 2 to 3 inches given the complex. The incident of flash flooding likely to continue eastern Poconos and Catskills. So that's the latest, you guys. So do expect some more flooding events. Oh wow, these are some nasty storms down here. These storms are very interesting. These are going to be moving. Yeah, they're moving north, like I said, you guys. I was actually kind of iffy if they were. We can soon start going to the New Jersey camera. Or that radar. Nasty cluster storms. We'll keep an eye on this. Interested on these storms in the southern part. Because these are going to be converging here. Gettysburg is going to be in some storms soon. we're continuing to watch this. No new flood alerts, but the line continues to pretty much be solid all the way through. Still a lot of lightning and stuff. Look at these storms. A good line of storms. We're just watching the storms right now. That's pretty much it, as these storms will be rolling in. Look at that. The line of storms starting to skinny out here. That's something that we're gonna have to keep an eye on. A lot of these storms kind of congealed as of right now. that what's pretty much happening here, you guys. This is that one line of storms, and we got a second line of storms kind of racing to the north. And what's going to happen is they're going to meet up together and create even a stronger line. And clearly, in the latest frame, that has continued to happen because we're noticing more and more thunderstorms growing on this line. And what's going to happen is these two lines are going to merge and create even more of a hassle. Maybe we even get a few severe thunderstorm warnings with this because kind of skinnies out the line. Northern up here continues being that flood watch prone area. This is 58, so we should be getting a new 0-3 run any moment. And there it is. Actually, a lot more than I thought. Wow. Okay. So this is that 0-3Z run, and storms are right there. Pretty understandable, and we continue to see those two lines develop. We still get that line to develop on the backwards. I don't know how that still happens. From 2Z to 3rd-Z a little bit faster. So it keeps the storms alive a little bit more faster. I can vouch on that. That's very true. We're honestly going to wait on that. We might get a severe thunderstorm warning. We might. I don't know. But we can definitely pull it off. I mean, or at least some big time thunderstorm juice. Velocities. We haven't had a flood warning in a while. I'm actually keeping an eye on the lightning. I mean, according to the model, it stays alive. And we even get some other storms behind it. But look how each run it is getting more. And then boom, look at that. We might. Oh yeah, look at that. The way those storms develop. That's training right there. Alright, very interesting. If you guys are in Harrisburg, yeah, you guys are about to actually get slammed. What's going on is these storms are pretty much getting now dragged into the front. And this is probably going to make a massive explosion of thunderstorms in the line. And that's going to happen right near Harrisburg, like I said, you guys. That collision. Even up here, some very heavy rain. We're also seeing some now storms build up back here again. We're going to have to keep an eye on that because according to the models, and wait, we just got a brand new flood warning. Oh my god, it's been a while since the flood warning. And that is Doppler radar indicates heavy rainfall across the warn area. Official amounts about 1 to 2 inches that are expected in this area. So, added a new flood warning. So, already our next flood warning there. I was waiting for it. I'm like, damn, are we ever going to get a flood warning again? Oh yeah, look how much closer that is, too. And then I can kind of see that because you get those storms to develop back there, and what happens if they actually form very quick, and then that kind of adds with the line. I mean, that's deep in the morning now. I mean, we're talking about like AM type stuff. But look at that. We get a nasty cluster of storms right over there. And this is that latest and boom. We're actually talking about even heavier rainfall totals now, 2.5 inches. So things are getting quite crazy here. And I'm actually seeing that on radar too. Already starting to take place. We get that cluster of storms like the her saying right there, we're going to be in a lot of flooding. That's just bottom line. And the her seems like it is catching on to everything in each hour. So that's a big. So far, the her has been doing an awesome job today. I mean, so far in this. I mean, look, you're already getting some developing thunderstorms back here. This cluster, and some of these are already getting attached to the line. That's what the her shows, and it does continue to show that to keep happening. So that means more flood warnings probably back in here. And that's why they're keeping this mesoscale. Has it for another hour. We'll see if they make another one, but definitely over here. That's the latest thinking, and we kind of developed its own line here. It's still doing its thing. We've been live for a while. I'm very interested on how much rainfall do we get. I mean, look at that. The new herd just. Her is going crazy. 2.5 inches rain now, according to the herd. That development cluster too is happening pretty fast. But we're gonna. Yeah, look at that. Oh wow, look at that. Solid. Even over here, 1.5 inches. So kind of the National Weather Service is right. We're getting close on a combining soon. Taking a little bit longer. Maybe it happens a little bit after Harrisburg. I thought it would just come up right away, but seems like it's taking a little extra time. And that's the new total accumulations. You now get the Lehigh Valley into an inch. Look at that. That right there is some flooding issues. That has only been getting worse on each run, so I'm going to keep an eye on, honestly.